Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Mark from Sound Matters. Today I'm going to be reviewing the HumminGuru S-DUO PRO, which is the latest incarnation of their ultrasonic stylus cleaner, but also tracking force gauge, all in one handy little compact unit. But is this a must-have turntable accessory, or is it simply just another hi-fi gimmick? In today's video, we're going to find out. The S-DUO PRO replaced the original S-DUO, introducing upgrades in the form of a rechargeable battery and really handy built-in accessory storage. Rechargeability in particular is a very welcome upgrade, as some users had reported some frustrations with battery life with the previous model. In addition, the inclusion of built-in accessory storage really means that straight away this feels like a much more refined design. Just like its predecessor, the S-DUO PRO combines ultrasonic stylus cleaning and tracking force measurement into a single unit, allowing you to simply flip the unit over depending on which function you need. It's a neat idea, and the LCD display even changes orientation seamlessly as you flip the unit around. Super smart. Maintaining a clean stylus and ensuring the correct tracking force are two of the most important elements of turntable maintenance. So regardless of whether you decide that this is the right unit for you and worth parting with your hard-earned cash, you should have some way to clean your stylus on a regular basis, but also periodically check that your tracking force is set to the correct amount, as things can drift over time. But why use ultrasonic cleaning? Most stylus cleaning methods rely on manual tools, brushes, gels, or pads that physically contact the stylus to remove the dust and debris. Ultrasonic cleaning offers a contactless alternative, and for those of you who are new to the concept, it works by generating high-frequency sound waves within a liquid bath, which creates lots of tiny microscopic bubbles. These bubbles collapse with enough force to dislodge dirt, dust, and even hardened grime from the stylus tip without any physical scrubbing. It's very good at cleaning on a microscopic level, and for this reason alone it's become very popular within the jewellery industry, so you can see how this might translate to something like vinyl records and cleaning your stylus. This takes a little bit longer than using a stylus cleaning brush, such as, for example, the Groove Washer SC1 stylus cleaning brush and fluid. However, it does greatly reduce the risk of any cantilever damage from physical contact using a brush. The S-DUO is a neat compact dome shape with a clear LCD positioned on top. Two buttons to the left and right of the screen provide the main controls, and the power switch is now located underneath the unit. It was previously on top near the LCD. Unlike the original S-DUO, the new model sits very neatly on top of a USB-C charging dock, which removes the need for expensive AAA batteries, but also very cleverly incorporating storage space for all those necessary ultrasonic cleaning accessories. The accessories include 3 rubber supports, 2 drying pads, and a 0.5ml water dropper. The rubber supports are required to ensure a compatibility across a wide range of different cartridges. HumminGuru supply a very handy chart which shows which one is best for some of the most common cartridges on the market. I'll put a link in the description so that you can check out which one works best for yours. As I'm sure most of you will agree, it definitely feels like a huge upgrade on the original, being able to store all these little accessories within the unit. It makes it more compact, it means they're less likely to get lost. We don't need to store those in a separate box or a drawer somewhere and then forget where we put them. It really just makes it feel better thought out, makes it more compact, easier to use. It's just a big improvement. I used the S-DUO to clean my Audiophile 2M Blue stylus, which according to HumminGuru's handy compatibility list calls for either the number 1 or number 2 rubber support. I opted for the first option as it allows less of the stylus body to come in contact with any fluid, whilst easily making space for the cantilever and stylus tip to enter the basin. Once the rubber support was fully inside the water basin, I used the water dropper to fill the basin all the way up with distilled water. After lowering the stylus into the bath, I could start the ultrasonic process by pressing the button indicated by a water drop icon. This initiates a 20-second cleaning cycle, and you can very faintly hear the ultrasonic noise as the 110 kHz frequency works on the water. It's a quick cycle, and on first visual inspection by the naked eye, I could see that the stylus looked much cleaner. There are a number of reviews of the HumminGuru S-DUO out there, but I've yet to actually see one where somebody uses a USB microscope to show the results. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I got my USB microscope out and found that the stylus was significantly cleaner. Not perfect, but then again, I had just deliberately played a very dirty record, both side 1 and side 2. So it was a significant ask to ask it to very gently clean in one single 20-second cycle. My poor stylus. I gave the stylus a second run in the S-DUO and the results improved significantly further. Wanting to get a perfectly clean stylus though, I tried it one more time. And here we have it, a pristine stylus. Naturally, there are pros and cons to any stylus cleaning technique. My usual approach is to use the Groove Washer SC1 stylus cleaning kit, put a little drop of the fluid on the brush and gently pull that brush from back to front. I don't use the gel-based products as frankly I really don't like them, and there are reports of people having residue left on their stylus from those products. I find that my approach works really well with the Groove Washer stylus cleaning brush. It's super quick and super effective. However, granted, there is more risk of cantilever damage with any physical cleaning method. Also worth mentioning is some folks will shy away from using any fluids to clean their stylus that contain anything other than just pure water. From my tests, the S-DUO Pro does a great job of cleaning, but it might take 2 or 3 cycles to fully remove stubborn grime and dust. Then again, when using a brush, you will gently pull it over the stylus multiple times to fully clean it. So perhaps there are no real surprises here. All in all, the S-DUO Pro is an extremely gentle and effective way to deep clean your stylus. Flip the S-DUO Pro 180 degrees and we're in tracking force mode, which works just as you might expect. And as mentioned earlier, the display even rotates automatically to the right orientation for you. Simply press the tracking force button, ensure the display reads 0 and lower the stylus tip onto the black dot to check your tracking force. For years, I've been using the Neotech tracking force gauge, and the S-DUO Pro definitely feels like a significant upgrade on this. The pressure gauge is said to be accurate within 0.01 grams, but there is a small 5 gram weight that we can use to check this and calibrate the device if necessary. Unlike my basic Neotech gauge, the S-DUO has a really handy storage slot for storing the calibration weight. HumminGuru recommend that you periodically check the accuracy of the tracking force gauge using this 5 gram weight and then following their instructions to make adjustments or to calibrate if and when necessary. I've always recommended that every single turntable enthusiast should have a tracking force gauge to ensure the most accurate setup possible, but to have one like this incorporated into a stylus cleaner is a really handy piece of kit to have. It makes it a really genuinely useful tool. So it's bottom line time. Should you buy the S-DUO Pro? Well, I would say that HumminGuru have definitely taken their original design and refined it to make it better, adding the rechargeability, but also taking that opportunity at the same time with that docking base to incorporate accessory storage has ironed out some of those original issues and shows that the company is genuinely listening to customer feedback and wanting to make better designs. In my humble opinion, and to give some constructive criticism of my own, the HumminGuru branding sticker on the dome lid could do with being refined a little bit further. It being a sticker, and my one in particular has a few bubbles and imperfections on how it's been applied to the surface, and I think this really would be improved by it being printed directly on to the acrylic lid. It's a small aesthetic complaint, but hey, you know, there's some feedback that where I think it could be improved further still. While it does take a little longer to clean the stylus than using a traditional fluid and brush approach, it does greatly reduce the contact, allowing you to deep clean your stylus with minimal contact and simply with distilled water. I think a lot of vinyl enthusiasts will really appreciate this. I can highly recommend the S S-DUO PRO for anyone who's looking to deep clean their stylus with a minimum amount of contact, without using cleaning fluids, and in a super safe way. I think for me, it's going to be something that I use perhaps once a month to give it a very sort of deep clean, the stylus, but on top of retaining my usual day-to-day stylus cleaning rituals. As for the tracking force gauge side of it, I think this will definitely replace my Neotech design, as it's just simply much nicer to use and much higher quality. So well done, HumminGuru. The S-DUO PRO is a highly effective and very useful turntable accessory that will undoubtedly find its way into many vinyl enthusiasts' homes. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you've decided that this is the product for you, I would love it if you would purchase it through my affiliate link in the description of this video, if you want to. It's one of the best ways to support this channel. There's my usual day in, day out discount codes as well in that same description. Lots of vinyl gear and accessories to feed your hobby at no extra cost to you. Consider joining my Patreon as well for bonus content each and every week. And if you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing as well. I'd love to have you on board. But until that next video, guys, keep enjoying the music, keep spinning those records, have a fantastic week filled with music, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.